What is up, guys? My name is Coriola, and welcome to episode 48, getting real close to 50, of my Out of the Park Baseball 17 franchise here with the Kansas City Royals, and it was a rough season. We finished the season 57 and 105, and so for the second time in 3 years, we will be picking number 1 overall. Pitching staff, top 3 were great, and then Henry struggled 659. McKenzie was in there after Danforth went down. He did fine. First of all, I should probably apologize for having missed so much time. I thought I would be able to start recording another episode Sunday. I had to study Friday night for Science Olympiad tournament Saturday, which took all day, basically no time after that. And then, in the 2-day week I had, my teachers decided, let's give them 5 days worth of work in these 2 days. If you want me to go through it, fine. I had an English essay, a history essay, a physics test, a physics problem set, a chem problem set, 2 chem quizzes, a math problem set, a math supplemental problem set, and a math quiz. So, is that enough for you guys? Sorry I missed the time. And then Wednesday and Thursday were Thanksgiving preparation and actually celebrating it. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So obviously family in town couldn't really slip off and record then, but I am back now and we will continue. Up until I've got finals in a couple weeks. Up until then, should be pretty consistent episodes. But yeah, sorry for missing time. I'm back now. 5,705 offense was absolutely terrible. Highest batting average was 280. Then Carlos Feliz 274, and then the rest was just awful. Alcala didn't do terribly, but his OBP was not great. It was just a rough season for our offense. So we definitely need to improve the offense in the off-season. Shortstop, center field, right field even, Rivelo Morales struggled. But we do have Ramirez, Lopez, and Danny Velasquez all right on the wings of the major leagues. So, and we've got a few good pitchers in here. But John Mozeliak has refused to sign an extension with us. I would like to offer him an extension. Oh, now he'll accept one. Okay. He wouldn't at mid-season. I'll give him 2 years right now. Let's simulate the playoffs. Don't want to go too deep into the stats. Basically, no. Pitching was fine. Bullpen was fine. Offense sucked. Detroit shortstop is the batting champion. Final standings, Chicago won 113 games. We finished 56 games out of the division. Detroit and Minnesota were the 2 wildcard teams with better win record by 10 games than Seattle. And better records than anyone in the NL, including Cincinnati, who is a 1 seed in the National League with 94 wins. So, playoffs. Chicago beats Detroit, Seattle beats New York, Cincinnati beats Los Angeles, and New York beats San Diego. Championship Series, Chicago over Seattle and the Mets over the Reds. World Series, Mets and White Sox. As Nelmerson Angela wants a trade. We could probably make that work. He's making a decent amount of money. Oh, okay, never mind. That's probably why no one wants him. Waylon from a different series. Not a series, but different something I've done. He wants to be traded. He's not going to be kind of ready for our run, but he was just so fantastic this season. I don't want to get rid of him. just quite yet, in case we do make a surprise run and need that ace pitcher, which, I mean, our top three guys in the rotation definitely were. Cabello will keep in the 4 or 5 spot, and Danforth will reinsert into the 3rd spot when he's healthy. But we've got some options to decide 1 out of 100. Ouch. That hurts. All right, staff retiring. Nick Kenny, who's been a fantastic trainer, and Mac Jenkins, who was a solid pitching coach. Both of them retiring. Our budget is finally decreasing down to $160. Armando Galvin, he's hit fantastic his entire career with us. And I really don't want to let him go, but he's a serviceable first baseman, but for $10 million, I'd rather just pay the $500K for Carlos Feliz. So Armando Galvin will not be coming back. Corey Seager, hats off to you. You were one of the best players in Kansas City Royals history. Not quite as good as George Brett, but some of the seasons he had, this 344 season, 7.7 WAR, won the MVP. He was a beast with the Royals for, I'll give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.5 elite years. I'll give him 7 because he had 400 at-bats and 5.1 wins the year he was traded. So 7 years of elite, 2 years... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 6 years of elite, 2 years of solid, and then the last year, 2 years have been pretty bad. So we are not going to be paying him $33 million, but hats off to you. You were amazing as a Kansas City Royal. We will miss you. Paul Hoover's contract expired, and we are not extending him after the horrible year he had, and the horrible second half of the year he had before. So we've got some staff to bring back. Pitching coach. First up, I do like fly ball pitchers at Kauffman, but no one really specializes in that. So we've got some power pitchers. I'll give Tanaka a 2-year deal, which is exactly what he wants. Hitting coach, contact or patience is always. Oh, we've got a guy who's pretty damn good for the Yankees, and he only wants $400K. I'll give him a 5-year contract. Sure, why not? Trainer, all right. We want preventing arms. We want someone who's good the entire way through. Doesn't really look like there's someone like that. He's not bad in anything. But interesting. I'm going to give Paul Lassard a short contract, like 1 year, and see how he does. Let's get into arbitration now. Nick Jensen finally actually had a good year in 2028 and had another good year in 2029, kind of proving that he is a not elite, but a good MLB reliever. So we will definitely bring him back for that little. Let's check out non-tenders. Zach Ritchie, we will keep. Tony Alcala will keep. Kent Early will keep. Shelby Cohen's gone, but Jaron Shelby can stay. Pending free agents, Deerdorf, he will not be coming back. He does want $11 million. What's his opinion on a 1-year, $15 million contract? Do I offer him a qualifying deal? Because if he accepts that, we're screwed. Because we're not trading that. I guess we don't really care about contending next season, so sure. Armando Galvin, what is your opinion on a 1-year, 15 million? This is kind of just how I get it. If they, I think I'm gonna do the same. I think I'm gonna take the risk on Galvin. Paul Garrett, for $6 million, we're not paying that, nor are we offering a qualifying offer. Salvador Perez, I mean, as long as he's still in the bigs, we might as well bring him back for one more year. But the real question is Carlos Reyna, and he probably wants a decent chunk of change. Yeah, $7 million a year. I'm not too keen on paying that. We might see if his cost goes down. The one guy I do want to actually bring back is Trey Turner, because he was basically our only good hitter last season. So he accepts a 2-year deal from us. That's cool. Anyone we have to worry about losing? Usually there's not. Because usually the guys are on the 40-man roster by this point. So yeah, let's start simulating. Got to activate everybody. We do have to DFA someone because Dierdorf cannot fit on the roster, but it's an easy decision to DFA Alex Zaragoza. All right, continuing to the award season. Hopefully we hear back from our staff. Miami wants to send us a right fielder for a very good prospect who we basically stole from San Diego for Cody Gunter during the trade deadline. As Nick Jensen is the first to accept a contract of both players and staff. My computer is a bit laggy today, which is concerning, so I apologize if that is an issue for anyone. Salvador Perez has accepted his contract, and now we get to the awards as we get our pitching coach. Gold Glove in the American League and none on Kansas City National League. If you're curious, although I doubt you know many of these names, Trey Turner and our trainer accept a contract. Nick Jensen finishes third in reliever of the year. The National League goes to Tommy Winslow. Is he a real-life person? I don't think so. He's 30 years old. Eddie Garabito, the hitting coach, accepts the contract for a big 5-year deal. Silver Slugger, we're not going to have anyone there. Don't be silly. National League is as such. Detroit, Mark Whipple. Man, our rivals in the Central continue to find good players as he wins Rookie of the Year. National League goes to Brian Collar, a left fielder. Looks pretty good. Zaragoza down to AAA. Manager of the Year, sure as shit ain't gonna be us. Although, it's interestingly enough, we might win Cy Young. John Farrell and Robin Ventura are the relievers managers of the year. Wayne Green not even in the top 3. Keith McGowan, that's a fair second place. I think he should have beaten Jeremy Brooks. Jordan Schweitzer definitely deserved to win, though, even though Green had a better ERA than him. Antonio Jarina of the White Sox is your MVP. And the rookie Brian Collar of the Dodgers is the National League MVP. Salary arbitration, we are offering 2 guys. Kind of risky. I forgot to offer extensions to the rest of my arbitration players. That's why no one was accepting. All right, Jaron Shelby. I was wondering about that. Like, I'm offering you contracts. Kent Early's definitely regressing. No one wants him. We can't unload him, but we might as well bring him back. Alcala, kind of same thing. Although he is much more expensive. This will be his last year under team control if we decide to not bring him back after next season. Zach Ritchie, we will bring back for that little price. And Ronnie McKenzie, how much does he want? 900? Sure, we'll give him 900. All right. Now we can continue having offered, I cannot speak today, offered everyone we need 2 contracts. Still haven't heard back from anybody. There's a whole slew of them. All right, now we continue. Arbitration hearings, of course, but this is actually where we hear the decisions on our qualifying. And they both accepted it. Fuck. Damn it. Shit. I'm not too mad about Galvin. We can make him work, but Deerdorf, ooh. Wait. We can get this Devon class, absolutely. I will do Deerdorf for that. Of course, we can't do that right now for some reason, but yes, as soon as that is an option. All right. Former MVP files for free agency. And the international amateur, or not amateurs, just international free agents. Ooh, I wish that catcher was good. I wish any of these guys were good. There's a guy with great potential. And he only, yeah, well, we can make that work, definitely. With that potential and that little contract, yeah, we can make that work. Alright. Never mind, we can't get that guy from Colorado, but most likely because Deerdorf is injured. Might be 2 to 3 weeks before we hear. We could set him as a reliever. Does that increase? It makes him 1.5, which is better than just a half. So yeah, let's look at the free agent class because it's pretty good. Top guy, Paul Nally, 28 years old. Look at those ratings. Look at those stats. He wants $50 million. Not surprising. Manny Machado. We've got this very good reliever who only wants... Never mind. He's not interested in our organization. Bryce Monteste Oka. There was also Julian Morales. Did I just say Julian? I'm an idiot. Julian Morales, Jonathan Ibarra, Logan Webb, Tijay Antone. Evan Banks was the guy I wanted to pick up, though. For that money, absolutely. All right. We need infielders. Shortstop. Drew Mendoza. He did not do poorly with Washington last year. But we've got Alcala at third, and that's really the only position he can play. Xander Bogaerts. Why not? I'll bring in Bogaerts for a year. What about catcher? That's our other position of need. We've got a few guys here. Devi Gruon, who I was interested in a couple years ago, is available again, and sure, I'll bring him in on a 1-year deal. Less expensive than Reyna. Good chance he does better, too. Alright, lag. I would still love to have you, Tony Medina. I'll just click the minor league contract because at least it, offers him a contract. So let's simulate up to the winter meetings. And so next season, obviously rebuilding mode. All three of these guys like the contract. Atlanta close to signing Billy Brown. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah. We get Devi Gruyon. Tony Medina says absolutely the hell not. Still doesn't want to. Yeah. I'm having trouble speaking. It's been a while. I'm out of practice. Give me a break. We get the rest of those guys, though. We get Banks, Bogarts, and Okai's. Is it embarrassing that I can't pronounce this? Okazaki. That's not a difficult name. Hope you do well. He was struggling in AA, so we called him up to AAA and hit 313. Lopez hit, 253 at high A, and Ramirez hit 259 with a 4.8 on base, and the home runs, that's kind of worrying. I wish he would show more power. Kind of like Ryan O'Hearn in real life. You know, he and Josh Dalmont actually had fantastic Arizona fall leagues for the Royals. Wait. Oh, he actually hadn't accepted. And now he's looking at the Rangers. I can bump him up $1 million each year. Except maybe the last year. We'll just lower that for some reason. Yeah, he likes that. How you like me now? Kirk Cousins. He had a fantastic game last night. Too bad I didn't have him on my fantasy team. Ah, crap. I just spilled my water. I'm a fucking idiot. Paul Nally looks like he's going back to New York, or is he going on the other side of town? No, he's going... Okay, I thought that was the total contract. I thought that was 4 years and $36 million, like $9 million a year. No, it's gonna get up to $40 million. Although that's a pretty good deal for the Mets, considering how elite of a player Nally is. But yeah, let's continue to see if Evan Banks will accept our contract. Not quite yet. Let's check this trade proposal. First baseman, pretty good first baseman, but I don't want to give up Maldonado and Santiago. So let's go to the Rule 5 draft. Might as well keep you guys with me. Toronto. Colin Bray. No, thank you. Alright, let's see. Excuse me. Alright, no, we sort by this. Alright, Burlington is the first one. You got Bob Maher. Although that's the Angels Burlington, which is always confusing. Next up, it's been a while. Don't get mad at me that I can't remember this. Does I come before L, H-I-J-K? Yeah. Alright, next is Idaho Falls. Then, no one there. Then Kansas City, no one there. Then Lexington, no one there. Northwest Arkansas, Juan Costello. I'm not too worried about him getting picked up. If he does, that's fine. Omaha, guys. Jonathan Ramirez on the 40-man roster. Danny Zamora. Don't know where you came from. We need to clear up space on the 40-man. All right. Preferably Omaha, guys. Willie Rubio. Billy Napier. And Ben Lake. Those three should be enough. All right. We add Zamora. All right. These two relievers are both right-handed, so I don't worry about getting them picked up. And last but not least, Wilmington. No one there. All right. First, overall pick, we could get someone pretty nice, but there's absolutely no one in this draft that's intriguing. Actually, Alex Castro's intriguing. Sure, why not? Where I have like 8 starting pitchers now once we get Evan Banks, but you can never have too many starters, as we have well learned. And now all we got to do is head up to spring training. Normally when the off-seasons take longer, I'll cut this out, but, some of you guys have told me that you like just hearing me ramble, and I don't know why you would like that, but if you like that, I am in no position to object. Will David Price be elected Hall of Famer Michael Fulmer headed for PhD? Hall of Fame voting results as Evan Banks has accepted our contract, and no one reaches the Hall of Fame this year. All right. It's going to stop me in a day, because... Okay. I just want to DFA you. Oh, wait, I already did. Alright, up to spring training. It's always fun to have the first overall pick in the draft. Definitely looking for a stud, obviously. I'm hoping that the top pick isn't really obscure. I'm hoping there's a clear-cut player who should be taken number 1 overall. And we want to trade Chris Deerdorf. So let's stop right there and see what if we can get anything back for him. There was a guy in Colorado that they were willing to trade, so he was a right fielder. I think it was this guy. For Deerdorf. And they're over budget. Fuck. Alright. Well, looks like we're holding on to Deerdorf as we get a financial update, and he's lowered our budget by $2 million. I mean, I'm not going to use the rest of this money. You can just hang on to it if you want. Fly. Musicians who have been listening to a lot recently. If you like house music, EDM, I highly, highly, highly recommend listening to Vice Tone. Just unbelievable. Like, I never find an artist there's a song of theirs where there's no song of theirs that I don't like. And that's the case with Vice Tone. Absolutely unbelievable. Let me know in the comments, A, who you recommend, B, if you listen to Vice Tone, hit me up. If you're a part of Science Olympiad, hit me up. If you just want to talk about OOTP, hit me up. I love to talk to fans. And then, don't be silly, you don't have fans. You have like 60 subscribers. That's not fan level. Only famous people have fans. Raul Castro's gonna miss 5 weeks. Well, is him on the DL? Owned inside. Pretty shitty start to the spring training. Actually, 3-5. Oh, there goes Shelby. I see you, Jonathan Ramirez. Yeah, he will be getting a call-up this season. Just once. Oh, there goes Morella. There's another one bites the dust. Actually, I'm not going to put him on the deal and hope that he can be ready by opening day. I think the opening day is the 7th. He should be ready by then, because 17 is like 3 days from when he got injured. 17 plus 7 is 24. Oh, there goes Velasquez for 2 weeks. He doesn't need to be put on the DL, because if we put him on the DL, we can't send him down to AAA. But Tony Alcala with 0.0 wins above replacement. It's the third highest WAR in spring training, but that's just probably sorted alphabetically or something. I'm rambling. I like rambling. Trey Turner's hitting well. We need him to hit well this season. Get a trade proposal from Texas. Good young catcher for... You know, I'm willing to listen. If Santiago's not part of the deal... Okay, looks like they need Santiago to complete the trade. Yeah, basically anyone actually completes it. Anderson hit well in his limited time with us. Alright, this guy doesn't look like... Yeah, he's nothing. So what if we remove Santiago from this? Yeah, it's not really getting anything done. Well, I mean, Juan Sanchez looks like a pretty good young player, but I'm not willing to really part with any of these guys. So we continue. Just a few days left. We are above 500. Danny Velasquez suffers a setback. I don't care. Actually, I do care if it means I can't send him down to AAA. Actually, would be an issue. All right, simulate the last game of the spring training. Jaron Shelby's back. How much longer is Velasquez out? 6 days. He can be sent down in time. McKenzie's rating dropped. Danforth drops significantly. Alcala dropping. Ramirez going up. Canterbury going up. He had some playing time in the bigs. Velasquez, his potential's going down, which still concerns me. Cordova dropping. Gorton dropping. Carreco dropping. And even Bob Morales dropping, who I thought would be a really good... I thought he would be the find from that international free agent class, if you remember back that far. Shit. Well, let's first of all promote some old-ass guys. Carlos Rosales, maybe that was it, but I thought Morales was supposed to be really good too. I seem to do pretty well in international amateurs. I mean, Ramirez, Velasquez, Ventura, that's a pretty good track record. All right. Let's simulate until Velasquez is no longer injured. But Danny Zamora gets injured. How long you out for? A day. All right, tomorrow's opening day. Everyone's healthy. All right. Catchers, Guardado's the one getting cut. First base, I'll try to keep both of them for now. Froelich, not staying. Shortstop, Gation's not staying. Wakefield's not staying. Yeah, you're getting DFA'd. Jose Fernandez not staying. Rip Jose Fernandez. Okazaya might be staying. Anderson, he did well. Velasquez to AAA. All right, right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outfielders. We need to get that down to at least 5. So, Shelby. Oh, wait, no. Jonathan Ramirez definitely going down to AAA. And do I have options on international guys? I do. Perfect. All right, that's 5. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still need to get rid of 2 guys. All right, so I think that's going to be Zamora. Although expect to see a call-up sometime this year. And Zach Ritchie. So we waive him. All right. See what they set for lineups. Yeah, it's a pretty good lineup. I'm cool with that. All right. Pitching staff now. Banks is staying. Alex Castro has to stay. Danforth did well. Brett Henry did not do well. He's out of options. Angelo Ovale, on the other hand, is also out of options, but is also getting. Chris Deerdorf is getting released. I'm just going to eat the money right now. I realize I made a mistake by offering him a qualifying deal, but I'm not trying to keep him around. Either you guys have options. He does. Okay, now we should get rid of one more starter. Does Cabello have options? No. Huh. Alright, then I guess we're just going to DFA McKenzie. Our staff is as such Ventura, Takeda, Green, Banks, Henry, with Jensen, Volmar, Angela, Cabello, Danforth, Allard, and Castro in the bullpen. All right. I'm satisfied with the offseason. Obviously, nothing's really going well, so you can't expect to really contend this season. But we'll see how shit goes. I guess that's the motto of baseball. We'll see how shit goes. He wants us to stay respectable. Might be hard. Preseason predictions were projected to win 63 games once again. No, the Cubs would be tied with us. I don't know which one of us would be the tiebreaker for the first overall pick, according to these predictions. Minor league system rankings, we're top 10. We went from, I swear last year we were 20-something, because it was just Velasquez, but this year, Jonathan Ramirez has just barely cracked the list now, which I find hilarious. But we've got Velasquez, Ramirez, Castro, Okazaki, and Alejandro Lopez. That is a pretty good farm system. We have the most guys on here, tied for the most with 5. Few other teams have 5. Yeah, this is a pretty good. I'm happy. We've got a bright future. This reminds me a lot of the last decade of Royals real baseball, how they had top guys like Moustakas and Hosmer, but had to wait kind of towards the end of their control years until the team was in place to actually win. And they did, and crushed it. Also, MLB, please don't get rid of qualifying offers, because the Royals could really use those qualifying offers next year. Please, thanks, bye. I'm kind of looking here for guys to trade for. Nate Murphy would be good, except he's 25. So yeah, definitely. What would it take for me to get you? Of course not. But what were you really expecting? What if I did Ramirez for that straight up? Straight up. Anyway, yeah. I thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you did enjoy. Next time, we once again will have the number 1 overall pick in baseball. So hope you enjoyed. We'll see. There's not someone else here, is there? Hope not. See you guys next time. A goodbye.